Hello friends, welcome to LearnTech. Hope you are enhancing your coding skills, and in this video we are going to make our music player work. So let's get started. So let me remind you that till the last part we have completed our code till here. So let me run and show you till where we have completed. Okay, so let me run it. And yes, this is the interface which we have made till the last part. So now we have to make it work. So first of all we will add a add song button instead of the top bar. Okay, so let's find where is the button part. And uh, okay, we got it. Here's the button part. So we have to change the label to button as we have to make it work. So basically our idea is when the user is going to click this add songs button, then it will show the list of music, or you can say the mp3 files which are stored in your file, and then we will run it. And now we are going to define a function which is going to be executed when the user clicks on the button. So let me first. And now we are going to name the function as add underscore songs. And as the convention says that we have to add this parenthesis after the name. And to locate the files which are present in our device, or you can say internal storage, we have to import a library. So let me type for from tkinter. Oops, there's a spelling mistake. From tkinter we have to import a library named file dialog. And now carefully watch how we are going to make it work. So first we have to create a variable. I am naming the variable as songs, and now we have to use the you can say the module which we have imported now. So we have used this module using file dialog dot ask open files, and this one is going to open a window which through which we can import our mp3 files. So now I have to copy the directory in which directory the window is going to show. No worries if you not understand, if you didn't understand it now, because when we are going to run it, then you will get a clear idea about it. So let me copy the path of the root directory. I am using ES File Explorer for it. When I say that I am copying the path of the directory, it means that when we are going to click the button, then this directory is going to be opened. So I have simply copied the path of the directory and pasted it here. And guys, we have to directly open the internal storage, which is going to show all the files which are present in internal storage. So I am keeping it till 0, and now we have to add some quotation marks, which we do when we define a path. And now we have to add this command in the R button using the command syntax, which is going to call this function after the clicking. So I am typing command and the name of the function which we want to call. So let's check whether it works or not. Okay, so as you can see, when we click add songs, this is going to show all the files which are present in our internal storage, and it is also locating .mp3 files. So guys, as you can see, the add songs button is quite small, so I want to expand it horizontally. So let's do that. So let me quickly do some changes which will make our button look more realistic. So almost we have done all the changes, and now we have to make a function. We have to define a function which can change the this play button to pause button when we click on it. So now we are creating a workspace for this function. So by using def, we will define the function and we will name the function as pause to play. Okay, so let's type it pause to play and then the brackets, And let's move to the line 2. Now we have to copy the variable name of the play button. So let's go upside and let's copy the play button. Okay, so let's copy this play button and then paste it inside the function. So let me copy and paste it here. And to change the image of this button after the click, we have to use configure. Inside the configure, we have to write type image, and in the equals to, we have to paste the variable which saves the image of the stop button. So I'm simply copying and pasting it here. And now let's run and see whether it works or not. Okay, as you can see, the image is changing after a touch, or you can say after a click. But the image is changing, only have to add some concept like loop inside it to make it work infinitely. So guys, let's write some code for this purpose, but before that I think we have to change the name of our definition to change underscore pick. This is more reliable or convenient. So guys, as you can see that we have changed the name of our function and entered an argument inside it. So basically this argument is going to be responsible for changing the picture from pause to play and play to pause. So let's write we are writing an if condition which checks that the value of variable is 1 or 0. So let's write an else statement which will check if the variable is equals to 0. And guys, don't worry, I am going to explain you all about this variable and how it is going to change its value. So for instance, just see what I am doing. Just let me complete this part and I will explain you about this code. So now let me explain about this code, and as you can see, if the variable value is 1, then the play button will configure itself and change the image to stop button. And if the variable value is 0, then the play button, which is now a stop button, will change the value of variable, or you can say will change the image to the play button. And now look how the variable is going to change its value. So let's go to the button part and configure its command. As you can see here, we are going to use more than one command, so we are using lambda. And after that we have to change the change peak, which is going to be the name of our function, or you can say which is the name of our function. But before that we have to change the value of variable, so I am writing variable equals to 1. Now it means that when we are clicking the play button, then the value of variable is 1, and when it go to the function call, then if variable equals to 1, statement will get executed and the play button will configure itself and change its image to stop button. And we have to enter the similar commands for the stop button, just we have to change the variable value to 0 inside the button. So guys, this is the only complex part in this program. So watch it carefully and I hope you will understand it. If you get any difficulty, you can comment. We are always there to help you. So let me do the same for the stop button. Just changing the variable equals to 0. Variable value equals to 0. So now let's run and check whether it is working or we have to do some more changes. Okay, but we need to do some more changes because it is changing only once. So guys, I have an idea. We will change the value of variable after this if statement. So let me paste it, and now you can see that the variable value is 1. So let me change it to 0, which means that when the variable value is 1, this statement will get executed and change the variable value to 0. So when the next time it gets executed, it will execute the elif statement. So let me do the same for it, and here when the variable value is 0 and elif statements get executed, then it will change the variable value to 1, and then this loop will continue till the end. mm, okay, so it's not again working. I think we have did something wrong in let's try changing the root dot update position by or you can say that we are just changing the flow of the code, and let's try running it. If it works, then it's great. We have to do some more changes. Oh, I got it. Actually, we have did a very silly mistake. We have to change this variable to 0, and here we have to change the value of the variable to 1, which will continue the loop. Okay, so let's see. Yes, it's now working, and yes, we have completed our project till here, and I think we will now play songs in the next video. So that's it for today. Meet you in the next video. Till that, have a good day. Bye bye. Take care.
Fearless.